IVM.
People ask us all the time, why don't we celebrate Indian artists? And the answer is simple, because there aren't any. But there are a few left. We found them, and May will interview them on Made in India. That's right. If you have talent, if you're musical, if you're special, May will find you. And then to get rid of her is a problem. Check out new episodes on our IVM podcast apps. Happy listening, mother and fathers. Alright, please note that the language and ideas presented on the show might not be suitable for everyone. If you're under 18, make sure your mom isn't around. If you're over 80, why is your mom around?
You're listening to Cyrus Says.
If you've missed stuff that's been happening around you, if you don't know what's going on in the world, if you want news to be more relevant and read out to you, well, you've come to the right place. It's called Cock and Bull. 4 philosophers, 1 story. Okay, that's all bull.
Why follow your auntie's advice when you can follow Cyrus Says on Facebook and Twitter to stay updated about the latest shows?
I think I'm in love. I'm in love with the English news channels in India. I mean, only we can do this. On a day when over 60 people are killed in Las Vegas, over 500 people injured, the whole world is undergoing anguish. We focus on Aditya Narayan throwing a small tantrum at Raipur Airport. That's the big news of the day for us here. I respect and love English news channels forever, and I'm happy to be part of it and a card-carrying member. This is called Cyrus Says.
And that's what Cyrus says.
Yes, it's CNB time here, also known as Cock and Bull. I always feel a little uncomfortable saying that because the two words are two animals, one sort of banned, one soon to be banned. And of course, no play on double meaning because that's not my thing at all.
There is no double meaning.
Bull is some people say, you're talking about a bull like that. For cock, I don't know. There's no double meaning.
Yeah, what does that mean?
That there's nothing.
Isn't it just the animal?
The cock is it's actually colloquial for rooster. You should say rooster.
Yeah, correct.
You can't say take a look at my rooster. You have to say take a look at my,
Okay. All right.
Or suck a rooster.
Why? Why would you do that?
Like in the back of my head.
Why would you kill it? Why would you kill it?
We were all
Why?
dancing around.
Yeah, we danced around it nicely.
And you just made
Why?
it right.
I want to yellow card you in football.
Some people do suck a rooster.
Under 17
You
World Cup
learn
is
new
going on.
things every day.
Really?
Which is to not say things in your mind all the time.
Unbelievable.
Sorry.
You're like the 8-year-old in the group. When 15...
I am the average group over here is
Imagine
like 45.
15 of us are at a bar drinking. We're all over 45 and you're the 8-year-old allowed to drink with us. This is what happens. Sorry guys, let's introduce everybody.
Allowed to drink with you means the 45-year-olds have
1 second. This was a liberal country. Look at the Upanishads. Everybody's together in those tales. Everything went wrong after that. Okay, let's introduce everybody here. We have new people on the show for the first time.
Yes, we do.
Who's there?
I am there. Amit.
Amit is back.
I'm Navin.
And?
I'm Sharanya.
But Sharanya, who are you? That's the question.
Oh, I don't know. I just wandered into the studio.
This is the perfect answer. You're like a sage.
Yeah.
You sound like an Indian Aztec from some days gone by. I just wandered by the ped और बैठ गया मैं इधर और अब आ गया जानकारी.
What Columbus also said, no. Okay, I was just wondering and then I just killed some people and then America was there.
His exact words?
Yeah.
Italian or Portuguese?
The record.
Spanish.
Italian.
What?
By birth Italian. I just tested your knowledge. You failed.
Both Italian, but
failed.
reporting in Spanish because you were sent by the Spanish queen.
I thought you were sent by the Portuguese.
No, Spanish queen.
I think it's Portuguese. We'll
Pretty
Google
sure
it and find
Queen of
out.
Spain, yeah.
All right. We'll come back to that point, Amit, but let's start with our show. Otherwise, it could be a history lesson, which went wrong, by the way.
Which nobody's sure exactly.
The 8-year-old is screwing us on the history lesson.
I'm
Damn
still
it.
learning.
Okay, what have we got? What a week. Time of recording this, of course.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy, pretty depressing in general. A lot of commoners died, a lot of famous people died. So let's start.
Lots of death in general.
Lots of death.
Well, let's start with the massacre because I think, let's talk to our US journalists here who spend, it's an insensitive thing to say, but what the hell is wrong with America, Amit Doshi? What the hell is wrong with America?
What? I've been thinking about this. I think that, the America protecting its borders, it needs to happen the other way around. People need to protect themselves from them, man.
I don't want to sound racist, but this is like a wasp, Stephen Paddock sort of fellow. He's 64 years old.
Yeah.
He's outside the area of danger, You look at the 20 to 30 as the group that gets influenced, the right-wing Islamists or right-wing something else. No. This is just your regular Joe. He's 64 years old. Why? What's happening?
Availability of guns. So
The greatest massacre in the history of the country?
But you can't have guns like this, man. It's just like this.
How does he walk into a hotel? The Mandalay Bay, no less. Which won't let me in because of my bloody skin color, I'm sure.
True.
And rightly so. How does he walk in with so many guns? 7-8 guns.
Yeah. No, guns, ammunition. How much ammunition you must need? This stuff's heavy.
Where are the Labradors then? In our part of the world, you try to step into a 5-star hotel carrying an extra chicken sandwich in your pocket because you want to save money.
That's right.
And the dog eats up your sandwich and then they ask you to leave. I mean, what's happened to America? Nobody checks the guy. He walks in with like two golf bags.
I can't even comprehend how this is happening, right? I mean, like, one, how do you decide? I mean, like, how many people, right? I mean, like, 500 plus people hurt, 50 plus people
It's fish
killed.
in a barrel, brother. I hate to say it, it's fish in a barrel.
Yeah,
You're
that's
standing there and you don't even look. Once you've hit the general area, you're just pressing a thing and tong, tong, tong.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous, man.
And what about the humanity? I mean, where's any sense of humanity? I mean, no sense of what you're doing.
And it's been happening so far. Like every time they have the whole massacre situation, they're like, we have to ban guns. Then they have a meeting, and then the
that just
NRA
goes
puts
up and
money
down,
in.
man.
But no. One second. There are not that many people. So not banning guns is something that is a legit kind of not a legit. It's a stupid ass
What is it, the
position.
Second Amendment? What
It's the
is it?
Second Amendment, but it's a position held by many people.
Yes, and by the way, it's not going to just happen overnight. Even with this massacre,
That's true.
Because this is something. They'll say it's beyond the massacre. That's our right to as frontiersmen.
Not just
Machogiri that's
also.
there in the DNA that we have to have guns.
I was listening
Pakistan
to
has the same idea, but they just don't bother to put it in a legal term.
Many John Wayne
I was
movies.
listening to a very interesting argument that Scotland had a mass shooting and they banned guns. And
Australia
they
did the
haven't
same. Yeah.
Now the problem though with and I was listening to an argument about like why it doesn't really apply in the US. There are already 300 million guns in that country. How are you going to get them out?
Yeah, Australia did a buyback.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there was
And they give legal amnesty if you
But
can
in the Australian DNA,
nowhere
the rugged
close to that
Australian is
kind
more
of
like
number.
punch-ups like Ben Stokes who's of New Zealand descent.
Fair.
Okay, it's more about punch-ups and getting drunk at worst. Then
That's
American DNA, there's this gun culture. And you've got
that's true.
kids going into churches and shooting people of different colors. I mean, what kind of rubbish is going on?
I feel like every time something like this happens, the reaction is always the same. This is not the time to talk about politics. Let's not politicize it.
You
And
have
then nobody
to.
does anything.
Don't get
There's
me
no
wrong,
activity.
our country sucks also.
Absolutely.
It's not like
We're in the
they're
same
different
space.
from us.
We
But
take
I'm
no
saying-
action either.
But I'm saying sometimes you got to think about it from a maybe a neutral point of view to understand what's going wrong. You know, like when you're Navin, you're dating, let's say Delilah, and you can understand what's going on because you're too close to it. But maybe she can tell you from far away. So maybe we can tell them. This gun thing is ridiculous.
It is.
I actually like the name Delilah.
No, you do?
Yeah.
By the way,
If I
Delilah
was-
used to be a girl. Then you came along, boy. Okay, listen, let's not joke about this. Any last words on this ridiculous massacre?
Not that. What's
You
to
go to
say?
watch a concert, you die.
Yeah, my
What
God.
is to say, man? I mean, like, and it's so. This is actually really kind of terrorism, right? Because I mean, like, this now scares you to go
This
into
is-
public events and stuff like that, right? I mean, like, there is a certain amount
Again,
of
I
fear
still
now.
don't know what happened. Maybe by the time this people download our show or whatever, you may have a clearer picture. But what is a clearer picture? What kind of reason?
Yeah.
Because my father beat me. I'm sick of all that.
Yeah.
Because my
There's no
parents were
reason.
estranged.
And the weirdest
Because
part
my
is-
retriever ran away. Because
And
somebody
all
killed my
the- all the
goldfish. What
information-
happened to you, you bastard?
All the information we get about this person, he was a nice person. He seemed he had no good bad vibes.
There's
Who
no
cares?
cases against him.
Yeah.
There's no email trail that you can get. There's no sort of illegal work or activity or cults that he's joined. What?
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Nothing.
That means Naveen could be the next massacre
You never know.
artist.
You never know.
Yeah, and I've seen him with his gun. Perhaps far more often than I need to. All right, let's move it along. Let's move it along from this macabre and, I mean, there's just nothing good coming out of this conversation.
Yeah, but we're going.
Which is our normal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going from one story about death
Yeah.
to
I
another.
think
though,
in
right?
the US, the system is so bad right now. The discussion is now if gun control is a right, but healthcare is a privilege, then who's going to help the people who are in the hospital right now? It's just so
So
messed
some
up.
idiots
I cannot make up my mind
some
about
idiots
it.
on the internet are actually saying things like, but if the crowd were armed, they could have fought back. Fought back from the 32nd floor where you're being shot.
No.
3,000, 4,000
Anybody says that's
people.
a fool,
I mean,
man.
it's just...
Yeah, let's go to
Let's not argue
let's go to a
this.
music
Let's not argue
concert with
this.
guns.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Guns N' Roses tried that. That didn't work.
So you know what?
The shooting the air
Let me
like
tell you
this.
about the funniest thing I read in this context, right? So in Las Vegas, there is a law that does not allow people to walk around with toy guns, but you are allowed to walk around with real guns.
What is the toy gun ban for?
The toy gun ban is because there were all these.
Mattel must have said, okay, enough is enough. We want to monopolize the industry. Don't make your own
So
toy
on
gun.
the Las Vegas Strip, there were a bunch of people dressed up as stormtroopers who used to take their toy guns and go choo 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 to people. So they passed a law to ban that.
Brother, not a
But
good
they
joke
can't-
now, huh?
Yeah.
Not a good
It's
joke
not a
anymore.
joke, but
On
this
Halloween, if I see a guy with a
actually
gun,
happened.
I don't care what American tradition is.
Yeah.
I'm running. I'm
No,
like
this
Carl
wasn't
Lewis.
even- This wasn't Halloween. This was just people being irritated.
Yeah, but
you
I'm
know?
just saying that now this
Yeah.
gun is no longer a joke now, brother.
Yeah.
Somebody,
No, it's not.
we guys, foreigners on
But I
American
find it
soil.
so amazing that, I mean, like, you can ban toy guns, but you can't ban real guns.
What happened to land of the free, home of the brave, man? I mean, brave for sure because they have to sit through it now. But they got to do something about this.
Home of
I mean, I
mentalists.
love America. I love the American way. I cannot lie about this. Most of us do. I mean, you do. Let's not lie.
yeah.
I don't know about these two leftist scumbags from Cal. But
Head to America.
Yeah.
there you go.
Yes.
Get the accent right.
Yeah.
They have.
No.
They, You may get called.
Next call, I
All right, let's move. Next.
Closer to home, there was one more tragedy. The Elphinstone Bridge stampede that happened last week.
God.
Oof.
I mean, and it's next to where we work.
Yeah.
Where we work as in that TV show that nobody watches that I do. But a lot of my people come and, I mean, that is a connecting bridge firstly. For those people who don't know, listening outside, that bridge is like a sort of centerpiece. And people from east, west, north, south, they all come into that bridge. It's like a melting pot bridge. It should be given the most sort of priority. And what do? We want to build statues. Let's see where we want to put the exchequer's money.
Yeah.
We want to build bridges which go nowhere, which never get completed, waiting for chief guests to friggin' come and cut ribbons. What is wrong with our people?
Yeah.
And we blame America for their problems. What's wrong with us? I mean, you know this is going to happen. Let me just tell you all one quick thing, and this is not even funny. This is beyond humor. This city, Mumbai, is over 22 million people, at conservative estimate.
Right.
It's built for 2.5 million people. At best, we can take 2.5 million people.
Yeah.
So what do? What do we do with the 20 million excess? Can someone tell me? I mean, I have my own ideas, but it's illegal and wrong and immoral. Besides, how many green cards can we get? I mean, don't make light of a tragedy like that, but I mean, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
The infrastructure in our city, I don't want to sound like some sort of death wish master, but it's just not good.
It is
You can
collapsing.
see bridges in South Bombay where I live. I look at the Kemps Corner Bridge. Amit, we live there. Okay, and this is just our local area.
I'm waiting
and
for
I'm
it to
seeing
fall.
cracks when I waited there.
I'm waiting for it to fall.
It's going to fall.
Yeah.
You guys go to your local area and tell me.
Yeah,
You look
for sure.
closely and carefully. They have the shoddy workmanship. Just it's waiting to happen.
Yeah.
So I'll use a scientific concept here which we learned in engineering was that like when the...
Don't be so condescending.
Love you,
Listen, this is because
I went to college.
you think Gujaratis and Parsis don't go to engineering. What the hell's wrong with you?
None of you all did, I know for sure.
Where are you from?
Tamilian.
Tamilian. Half of them are engineering.
So basically there's a
And the other half are teaching you engineering, you idiot.
That's true. So like if two people walk at the same frequency on a bridge, it's enough to like collapse the bridge basically.
What?
Yeah, so it's a concept
You've
inside.
seen that video, no? With the bridge that is kind of
It will not collapse, as in it...
There's the resonance that
undulates
gets
sort of.
created.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if enough people walk with the same frequency on a bridge, for example, a military march happens,
Yeah.
the bridge
You have
can
to
come
break the
down.
march.
Right.
My point...
So the fact is that it's crumbling
You're
more
right.
and more every year because of the very reason that it's shaking from its very
You've
roots.
seen some of our larger politicians. You don't need the whole group to come with them. But my question here is that it's all about one thing, the shoddy workmanship because of cheating and to save money. You cut costs, you take out the tar, you put 20% non-cement, blah, 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 your relatives' fingers, whatever, to make it up. But the second thing is, what about the update and upkeep?
Maintenance.
Everywhere, maintenance.
None
That's
of
the word. Sorry, I got the
maintenance.
word wrong.
Yeah.
Maintenance is the most important
No,
thing.
because
We just have to wait for it to
Anything.
break and then we'll go fix
You
it, which is
maintain your
useless.
body, for example. You freaking eat and drink and whatever and comb yourself and bathe, and not me and Amit, but you guys. And then I'm not saying at the end of the day, when you have 22 million, the maintenance is more important.
Yeah.
Because the wear and tear is much more, right?
So I was listening to a podcast by Freakonomics a couple of months ago, right? They were talking about just this very issue. Maintenance is the non-sexy stuff. It's the stuff that nobody wants to do.
It's the same thing with
but
the gutters.
without that,
Same thing with the gutters.
exactly, you can't. Society does not function without maintenance.
So
And-
once again, it's easy to... Sorry.
I
carry
think
on.
No, that's it.
Once you build things, the point is to avoiding decay. That is the whole point.
Yeah.
You
No,
cannot just make it and leave
But
it.
see, the thing, the
They just
glory
paint
is
it every
in
5
making.
months, they'll paint the thing
The
like
glory
nice.
is always in making something first, right?
Right,
The glory
correct.
is in,
And
like,
photo
building
आ गया,
Yeah.
photo आ गया,
Upkeep
paper
is
now.
not
Upkeep is
sexy.
not
Like, who
sexy,
cares
yeah,
about that
exactly.
photo opportunity?
Right.
Just go on the election prospectus, no, कि हमने bridge को color किया. That's what we
Just
do.
tell me one thing. How can someone in our world where we live in, how can someone go to work and die?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just wrong. I mean, the poor person who's going there early morning, they get up, they pay their bills, they look after their family.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's worse than a tragedy.
Yeah. But I
And they
worked
just
in
go
Bahrain,
there
I've
and
been on
die
that
because the
bridge.
bridge
Yeah.
collapsed.
Yeah, no,
I've been on the bridge and it is supremely crowded. There is just you just have to have patience or you're going to get late for work.
They know that this is a central sort of line.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody's coming from everywhere.
Yeah.
You must be thinking about these things, right?
No, so and it's not just that. So I mean, like the MLA of this thing has written multiple letters asking for this bridge to be
Yes,
upkeep.
that's
Yeah.
right.
I am
There
not
were-
saying the MLA's head should roll. I'm
Yeah.
saying that investigation should
Yeah.
happen.
No,
and
but the MLA has actually been on.
Fair
the
enough.
case
He's been
of
saying
these
it
people,
for-
okay, please
Fair
do
enough.
something, please do something.
But somewhere in
And
the
then we see
red
all
tape,
these-
nothing happened.
Right.
but
And
you
people died.
Yeah, you do. You keep seeing these letters from one railway minister saying that okay, it is these people, they should do it.
Yeah.
And this person. So I mean, like there's.
But I mean, that's called bureaucracy and red tape.
No,
You
but
can't
that's
throw the ball
bullshit,
around like
right? I
rugby,
mean,
man. At the end of the
exactly.
day, you got to
Bullshit.
give me some results.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no hope for us. We're just not
Yeah.
nice.
That's true.
I'm sorry to say, but this is the truth. When you tell me a story like that, or this Las Vegas nutcase moron. I mean, we have more stories today, but we won't get into. But there's so many. I mean, there's a Dalit guy who was murdered in Gujarat for no reason.
Yeah,
watching
yeah,
Garba.
watching Garba.
It's 2017.
Oh my God, I know.
Dalit, what is the Dalit issue, man? We're all mixed up now. When is this going to end? This crap about caste? Just going on and on. And we have to point fingers at ourselves because we're allowing it to happen.
We show. So I think one thing is that we definitely show a certain amount of tolerance for bigotry, which we should not. Especially, see, I mean, like we come off as non-bigot ourselves, right? But at the same time, sometimes we just get along to get along.
We didn't understand Gandhian principles. Non-violence is one thing. Non-involvement is a crime.
Yeah.
And non-involvement is all of us.
It's
the apathy, the fact is like,
exactly.
mera baap ka problem nahi
Yeah.
hai, kuch nahi karega.
That on 2nd October in the state of Gandhi, this is happening. That's like the
On 2nd October, we've had the worst set of karma. I'm sorry to say. I don't know why and how. Whether it's Gandhi sending a message, I don't know.
Like now that the bridge has fallen down and everybody is outraging against it, and there will be an investigation, do you think they will do anything to fix any other bridges?
Your point is a 2-point. One is, will they do constructive stuff to make it better?
I feel like
Two is the badla issue. Because we want blood, we are angry and all that. No. My point is, with time, the badla will be forgotten.
Yeah, I don't
always
care
gets
about the
forgotten.
badla.
Yeah, well, okay, you can look at it that way, that it's more negative karma. Why get into it?
The thing is that I feel like
but people have died. It's luckily not your cousin or mother or father or sister.
True. I feel
if it was, then you'd be screaming bloody murder there.
Absolutely, but I feel like when every time something like this happens and we get angry about it and we're like, something has to be done, this is murder, but we forget about it and nothing gets done. There is no action in any case.
Sharanya, what about the other side of it? In the Mumbai, I'm not even looking at the rest of India. The rest of India has its own problems. But in Mumbai alone, the infrastructure is crumbling everywhere. People who travel by public transport know that.
Yeah.
Okay, and people who go on private thing and also know that. Okay, it's not like it's got better.
That's
it's not
true.
suddenly you're saying, oh, ye road banaya, fantastic.
No,
we'll have a Grand Prix.
If anything, they make these. Everything feels like it's getting worse, right?
Yeah,
These stupid cobblestone roads.
It's not just their fault. We're too many people. Amit, I don't know. I'm honest. I
No,
can't
but
see
Or we're not,
even the
or we're not using our
technology,
resources
man,
properly. If
the
we're going
tech
to
is
put
not
money
right?
in a statue and bullet trains when we can't even take a bridge.
Absolutely. The bullet train is pointless. Let me tell you. Ahmedabad, Mumbai, we don't need it. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
No, who needs a bullet train?
Internal
Get a
Mumbai,
3-hour
we need more
Shatabdi, man.
connections. We need more space, and the traveler has to have some comfort. And 10 o'clock is off peak.
Yeah.
If anyone knows that timing, 10 o'clock is off peak. It's not even that bad. You know what it's like at 8:30.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Anyway, let's move on before I cry.
Yeah.
We take a break.
Yes.
And then we come back in a happier mood. We'll tell jokes. Like my favorite joke is, which is the superhero who never feels cold? Come on, guys. You have 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
Superhero never feels cold.
Snowman. Take a break.
Tired of the shrill madness of primetime television?
Can't make sense of your morning newspaper anymore?
Then take a break to delve into some real conversations about policy, politics and economics.
Join me, Pavan Srinath,
And me, Hamsini Hariharan.
as we analyze news and views from India and the world and talk to experts on a wide range of issues on the Pragati podcast.
Episodes out every fortnight.
You can find us on the IBM Podcasts app or wherever else you get your podcasts from.
All right, back here on Cock and Bull, 4 philosophers, probably the greatest since Plato, sitting here and discussing the world, and we have come to the conclusion that human beings suck, and we want a collective spit for humanity. Everybody turn left and spit. Of course, if your parents are sitting there, turn right. Right. Naveen, your call.
Okay, so I have some bit of good news here.
You're leaving. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
That too.
I'm so sorry. Go on.
So Germany recently legalized gay marriage, and after that, a couple that was together for 38 years finally tied the knot. The first couple in Germany to
They always have this brand ambassador concept in Europe. No, there's some announcement, and then they find somebody who's the Boris Becker of the whatever that issue is.
Yeah, but if you look at like how Germany also had a very
liberal in terms of sexuality, very liberal. So it's very odd how it went up and down in Germany.
Correct.
But see, this is how politicians use everything to be football and rugby. You see, they don't really care about the issue.
Right.
They find something and they decide, let's argue so that I can get some points.
It's a wedge issue. It's how do you slice the electorate.
Absolutely.
Everything is about wedging. I mean,
And
like
that,
politics.
when will public understand that this is just a joke for most politicians and they don't really care one way or the
That's
other?
true.
They'll swing with the vote.
Yeah, tomorrow if we are a majority, then India will also like BJP. People always keep saying the same fact that like we want to give you rights, but then
off
you're
the
not a
record,
majority.
what the government, who you call
You're
the
not
BJP,
a majority.
but
Like,
that's the
That's the difference. Yeah.
Okay, maybe
Oh,
that-
God.
No.
You're never
One
gonna be a
second.
majority, right? It's
Let's
always
understand
gonna
what
be-
happened in India. In
course.
India,
It's a vicious cycle.
in India, what happened is they pass the ball away. Okay, they don't want to take the responsibility on themselves.
Yeah.
It's not legislature, let it be
Yeah.
judicial. Judicial is not me, let it be legislature.
Yeah, it's
That's
all-
not the way to play the game.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to bell the cat and say, listen, we're in 2017 and gay marriage in a democracy is not an issue anymore.
Yeah.
Get on with it. There are issues. This is just two people who decide to cohabit together. Who the hell cares?
Who cares? Yeah.
It's
But
not
the
your
reality
business.
is that we are a majority and most people don't come out in India. That's the vicious cycle that we
No,
want
I
to
agree with you. And more importantly,
we actually come
more
out and we won't come
importantly-
out to have legislation.
I mean, if the gay superstars,
significant part of the population.
no, and the gay
Gay is the wrong
superstars,
word, though.
the industrialists who are gay, the film stars who are gay, the builders who are gay, the ministers who are gay, and they are.
Yeah.
If they
Yeah,
come
of
out and say, look,
course.
I'm happy proud to be gay and this is what I want. It all changed overnight.
Exactly.
But they don't. They want to pretend to be something else. So they've sold out on the community, let me tell you.
They have.
Now, if I was gay, I would have spoken openly about it. I've tried my best to be gay, but I hate men. I hate men. I'm sorry, don't take it personally. It's not you. I hate all men.
We started off.
I spend too much time in a dressing room in the Bombay gym, and all I see is the worst part of men, physically and otherwise. Really, the worst.
What was the worst? What's the worst?
No, I mean, a guy can't even put his own socks. He'll call some orderly to come and put his socks on and all. I mean, it's all shit. There's nothing good I can tell you. It's just rubbish. There's no
You
self-respect.
spend too much time in Bombay.
I spend too much
I
time.
know.
They're not just there. Everywhere I go. I have one good kid in Worli holding his dog, urchin holding his dog and protecting him from the rain. I have one story. One good story. Against it, I have 10,000 bad ones. 10,000. Choose.
Both of them have diphtheria now.
No, that's okay. For 2 minutes, there was humanity.
That's true. When that photo was taken.
I believed in God for 30 seconds. Then after that, I was in a red light at Haji Ali. And then Pedder Road. In Pedder Road, I forgot God. I caught the Sharmas in the next car and I killed them. They didn't do anything to me. I just wanted to kill them. Because that's what happens to you in traffic. You don't know. Because you go by train. But we have our own problems. We have our own problems. Fat people shouldn't tell thin people how to live. Every tribe has their own problems. Ask Amit Doshi. What it's like to be in traffic all the time. I was at the freaking, what's that called? Vashi toll naka the other day. Where they started digging up the road. 1 hour, 15 minutes we were on the bridge. Just like postcard. Enjoy it.
I spent 40 minutes on a ceiling.
You know why the British left? It wasn't the freedom movement. They couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah, they
couldn't take it anymore.
The
Vashi toll was just too much. They walked out. Mountbatten's last words were, no mas. No more in Latin.
The British said that.
Yeah, they know the Latin. The upmarket British all learn Latin. In fact, they only talk in Latin to themselves. When the rich British people are together.
They learn Bhojpuri as well.
In Lagan, we have destroyed everything that is holy, including cricket. Who bats without an Abdi guard? You tell me. Would you? If Amir Khan actually batted with an Abdi guard, he'd have a falsetto voice right now. He'd sound more like Aditya Narayan, the singer.
We should talk
Aditya
about that.
Narayan.
Okay, so he was at Raipur airport and he had like...
Raipur is a city in India.
So he was 40 kg above the actual check-in limit.
You know, there were a band of 10 people.
Yeah, they were a big group.
Milke uska 3,000 rupee ka bill tha. They didn't want to pay.
14,000. He said, I'll pay only 10,000. So then he got into an argument. He starts screaming at the Indigo staff like in abusive language and everything.
Okay. Now I want to just say everything in context here. Let me play devil's advocate for a second. Okay, the English news channels and the Hindi news channels, I can't speak about the others, but the Hindi and English have gone berserk. Or the way they cover everything, they're telling you a story out of context. They loop it and start from him getting angry. I'm no fan of Aditya. I don't know him at all. Let me tell you. But give me the full story. All right, there's a whole story here. Now, what if there was some sort of passive-aggressive behavior from the official? What if there was some sort of argument that happened before that? There's provocation. Please tell us everything. They don't tell you everything. They loop the same thing. So he looks terrible. He looks like a rich celebrity
he comes
kid
across as a
who's
brat.
misbehaving.
Yeah.
But you're not giving me the whole story. The law is about the whole story. The law has to be just. You're just looping the same thing of him saying, Chandi Utari and this and that and, arrogant words. Main kaun hu, main Aditya Narayan hu. And, I mean, it's not like a B-grade Amitabh Bachchan thriller. Without the great Amitabh Bachchan, of course. At least that would be
no context which makes Mera.
No. He's not a great man. He's not a great man. But Amit Doshi, give me the whole story. What is happening with our channels is they are playing God. Don't play God. Don't be judge, jury, and executioner. You're supposed to just show us what's happening.
No, but
we play God. Podcasts are God. That's what we're here for.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's right. You want opinion? Come
Okay,
to us.
I'll quickly, while we're on this, I was watching both things simultaneously. The BBC coverage, or not CNN, the BBC coverage of the massacre in Las Vegas. The lady never got excited. There was no zeal in her eyes. She was not upset. Managed to show some dignity on television while discussing such a tragic set of consequences. Cut to how our channel handled the Parel, what do you want to call it, tragedy?
Stampede, yeah.
I mean, they were so excited like they're doing a Miss India contest or Virat Kohli is lifting the World Cup. It's not that. People have died. It's a great day for news, I understand, but you don't, the zeal and the enthusiasm, it's disgusting after some time. And the same thing with this Aditya Swami story, like Aditya, what's his name? Narayan story. It's like he's not Hitler. Who cares? It's some rich kid who's behaving badly. It's a small story. Keep it there in perspective.
True. Somebody took a video. It should have only been on social media, and that's all. No need to for the news to cover it at all. I mean, people fight with air and stuff all day.
Every channel shows the same thing. Like it's the biggest news on the same day where 60 people have been shot
That's
and
true.
40 people killed in another place.
And now people are like, he was rude to my college professor as well. When he didn't come for
But that is true. Yeah, all my friends who've known him are like, he's an awful person. I totally believe it.
I don't want to be his advocate. I'm just saying, show me the whole story. Show me the whole story. And then they're looping. Joseph Goebbels, I think, who said a very famous thing, and straightforward, that if we lie 100 times, it becomes the truth. And that was Nazi Germany. You lie and say Jews are bad, Jews are bad, Jews are bad, Jews are bad, until mad people start believing that.
Yeah.
And then you have a whole race issue. For life, we haven't gotten rid of it. So let's make our own lies. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. Is it working? No. I'm the greatest.
Only 5 times.
Can I get reverb? Maybe it'll work better.
Yeah. All right. We'll try.
Bolo, next.
All right, next up we have 3 Americans who won the Nobel Prize in physiology and medicine.
What did they win?
Nobel.
Nice.
Nobel.
Cool.
Nobel.
Yes.
Nobel.
A very
Ganti,
noble
Ganti.
achievement.
Yeah.
Gandhi.
Okay, so they won for discovering the inner clock. It's like how the body automatically has its own clock.
How I wake
for-
up
Yeah.
before my alarm. Many people have that issue.
Yeah, you're the human alarm. Like,
I'm a
people
human
research
alarm.
on you as well.
I should have been a sentry at one of our Wagah border or something. No one will go past. If you fart, I'm up. If you walk, I'm up. If a dog barks, I'm up. If a motorbike sound comes, I'm up. It's so unfair. And anyone I'm sleeping with, and let me say I'm not sleeping in that positive way, they sleep through everything.
Have you considered earplugs?
Nothing works, man. I'm just too light. It's a gift. I should have been a sentry.
It's not really a gift.
I was
but you
born
were
to be
in Bombay.
I was born to be a watchman. I just couldn't
Well,
find
dude, my watchman, man, how many times I have to honk the horn to get him to open the
Yeah,
door?
but they were born to be podcasters. You're all wrong, man. It's all wrong.
Wrong job.
Yeah.
If you go back to in time to Chanakya, and he's written everything down in the Arthashastra very clearly. We work according to what we. I know it's from a caste point of view. The caste point of view comes from the point of view that you're good at this, you're good at that. So after some time, it's in your DNA that you're good at this. I'm a
Correct.
watchman. Amit, what are you?
I don't know.
Naveen, what are you?
Confused.
I vary. Like sometimes I sleep so deep. Like you call yesterday and I did not
Understand the
answer.
question.
Yeah, that's not the
He's
question.
asking what's your intrinsic.
He's not listening.
talking
He's not
about
listening.
sleep, man.
That was just,
But you're not a listener.
What is your calling?
You'll have
What's
trouble.
your true calling, man?
Like from your family, like what's in your genes, in
What do
your
you think is
DNA.
your profession?
This is too much
What is
pressure.
your natural thing to do? Are you
Yeah.
a bartender, maybe, or hair cutter?
I don't know. I'm a movie critic, out and out.
You're a critic
I'm
in
a
life.
critic, yeah. I just watch other people's stuff and comment on that.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
That's a
nothing
great
critical
job.
sense.
That's a great job.
Yeah. Actually, did that for a living for a while.
You should continue doing that. I see a great future. Now, next.
All right. So now, if you go to UP and you are a tourist, you won't have Taj Mahal on the booklet. Thanks to Aditya. No,
I'm thinking.
Aditya.
Yogi
Yes,
Adityan.
Yogi
Yeah.
Adityanath. Different Aditya.
So many Adityas.
I'm thinking UP blessed with so many great things that they decided to skip the Taj. Now what have we got? Mayawati statues, Akhilesh's pictures, and Yogi's outfits. Oh boy, I'm going
Yeah,
tomorrow.
that's part of the tourist
Book my
attraction.
ticket.
Yeah,
Book
that
my
is-
ticket.
The
yeah.
attraction is Yogi drinks cow piss in front of you and you tell
But don't
the
forget,
audience.
when Mayawati was in power, she wanted to put a whole set of shops around the Taj and all that. So you could buy little
yeah,
things.
yeah.
So you can just destroy the aesthetics. Because
Yeah.
for some reason, people think that Mayawati doesn't have a good sense of aesthetics. I don't know why.
I don't know.
Because the slums
Yeah,
around the
no
area don't
proof
already
yet.
make it look
Statues don't do justice, if you know what I mean.
But even she wanted like
So
massive
tell me,
statues.
7 wonders of the world, and only in India we can actually deliberately let it go.
Yeah.
Everywhere else, 7
I think
hanging gardens of Babylon.
Isn't like
and
some 20% of the population that comes to India for tourism really go to the Taj? I don't
you
get
know,
why they do
all
it. I don't
sports
get it.
teams, like this under 17 World Cup football that's going
Yeah.
on, cricket teams, rugby teams, hockey teams, they all go to visit Mother
This is-
Teresa ka thing and the Taj Mahal.
But this
So we
is
lost
pure-
50%.
Yeah, we
Put that
We do
point
nothing for
on
Mother
top of
Teresa,
the
so
thing.
that's going to go soon.
It's pure incompetence, right? I mean, like, it wasn't like a deliberate choice.
No,
to
it was a
leave it
mistake
out.
apparently,
Yeah.
but hello. It's
No,
like
I mean,
leaving out
it's
Delhi.
ridiculous, but-
Doing a map of India, leaving out Delhi. Oh, the capital. Oh, bhul gaya. Oh, sorry. That's exactly it.
Typo.
No, but I mean, like, yeah, massive incompetence. But I mean,
Having
like,
said that, I feel it's overrated, this whole Taj Mahal. I've seen it once and
Yeah,
I don't know, I
it's
got
whatever.
nothing out of it. It was too hot. Too many people touching you, too many
Yeah.
people talking to you at the same time. I couldn't get that sense of love.
Yeah, but-
and having studied the Mughals, I got to tell you that he may have loved her. Okay,
Yeah.
Mumtaz, he may have loved her, Shah Jahan. But the next day, he found another chick. He had 800 concubines. It's not like he was like, I'll be in mourning. No, I'll go into that room and Rubaina, get ready. I'm feeling sad. I mean, that's not exactly the way you're supposed to mourn, man. And after Rubaina, I'll take Shaheen twice. Because I'm feeling sad but powerful today. What the hell, yeah? Sorry.
nice Islamic name.
If my wife dies, I build something for her, I mourn for some time. Or I stop being a hypocrite. I can't have 800 girls on the side after she's dead. He had 1500 while she was alive, by the way. So it's because he cut half.
But you know who cried after the Taj Mahal was built? The workers. Because the hands were
Yeah.
gone.
That's legend. It's not exactly true. Okay.
Okay, Tom Alter, British actor in India who was around for a while. He's obviously the guy who played the white guy in all the Indian
Yeah,
movies and
token
TV
white
shows.
guy.
But he was a great.
Okay, that's a racist term. He played the Gora. That's a really racist term. He also played the American, the Australian,
Yeah.
obviously a lot lots of British,
Yeah.
the Portuguese, the Anglo-Indian, everything. So the detailing that our people went through. No Tarantino here. No, I want an Italian-American from the Bronx. No. Something whitish is good enough. Put him there.
Naam kya hai Tom?
And Tom's accent also remained that affected foreign accent.
Yeah, it wasn't really a foreign accent. It was
No,
a very
because he spoke such chaste Urdu.
Yeah.
The first time I
that's
heard him
true.
on stage, I was stunned. Little rolling of the R's, but what fantastic control over the language. He grew up in Missouri. People didn't know that, but he's like a North Indian boy and loved cricket, loved the Beatles. Two things that really I can bond with. And it's for me, and one of the nicest guys. He would get up at 5 in the morning, go and play cricket. You know, whether he did well or not in life didn't bother him at all.
Yeah.
But it was a sad end.
Sad.
And a true love of the theatre. Always doing a play or the other.
Yeah.
Also,
Which, of course,
Tom,
Navin never went for.
What?
Did you see a Tom Alter play?
No.
Why not?
Why would I?
You think stand-up is everything?
I mean,
You think if Shakespeare wrote Hamlet, he would have just gone to sleep after that?
I saw you in theatre. and
The
then I said
36
not to
plays
go.
after that. I'm on the fringe. I'm more like in the belly dancing section. You don't really see the proper. You didn't go for the big ones.
All right, so we also have Tom Petty, who passed away last night, and he had a cardiac arrest. A legendary.
She was there at the bar.
I can't.
I heard the guitar. Traveling Wilburys.
Yeah.
They were all the guitar heroes who came together. George Harrison, Roy Orbison, him, Bob Dylan, if I remember correctly.
Wasn't it?
And
Yes.
there's one more. Yeah.
Uh,
The other guy.
Roy Orbison?
Roy Orbison, I'll never forget.
No, it was Roy
That's Elvis's favorite singer.
Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers also amazing
Yeah.
band, right? I mean,
Love them.
like, I saw him live in
And-
the early 90s.
Oh, you saw him live?
Oh.
Which is
Jeff Lynne.
ironic.
In the Wildflowers
Jeff Lynne.
tour.
Yes.
Jeff Lynne, yes. The part of the Wildflowers tour. I mean, like, amazing.
How was he?
He's
Live?
amazing.
And
dude.
true to himself, no? And that folksy
dude,
country.
Yeah.
very
With
chilled out
with
show. I
his
mean, like, not,
long hair, conditioned hair,
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
years of shampoo and conditioner.
it was literally a show where all he was doing was sitting on a stool or walking around.
But yeah,
That's it. Nothing
that's what I
else.
say about the 50s and the 60s. The singers could sing.
Yeah.
Of course, Petty's a little after that, but the singers could sing. You see, what happens is engineering and technology didn't come into play that much. So they didn't have to do, you don't have to dance into this extra stuff.
Yeah.
The quality of the voice, the music you had, and, I mean, it was, anyway.
Tom Petty appealed to everybody, no? He appealed to everybody.
Yeah. Sort of.
Like-
soft rock, hard
Yeah.
rock.
I don't think Hardik
trippy
Pandya
band.
likes Tom Petty.
Fair.
I think he's more into his hip hop and all that. I've seen him, the tattoos and all. I feel more hip hoppy. That's not my thing, by the way.
You don't
I
like
don't-
Kanye?
not
You
to
don't
be-
think of them as new age poets?
Not to be petty, I don't even know who that is, if it's a male or female, and I don't want to know.
Wow,
You don't know Kanye West?
Dude, Kanye.
Kanye. I thought you said Anye. I thought
I
there's
don't
some Maharashtrian poet that she likes.
much hip hop, but even I know
Mahesh
Kanye,
Anye.
man.
What? One conversation at a time. Kanye. I can't lie anymore. I've lied too much. Throughout my MTV time, I just couldn't bear the international music. I just couldn't. And, I cried a couple of times also.
Because you had the most
sent me to...
Yeah, you were the.
We had
yeah, you were the worst
TLC in
time of-
Singapore.
Yeah,
TLC, have you heard of this group?
exactly.
TLC.
Yeah,
She
yeah, they
become a
just
big
came
star.
back.
Lopez.
They just came
Yeah.
back this year.
So they were there. Yeah, then
TLC is actually good.
Avril Lavigne.
Oh,
yeah.
very
I
bad
had to
time.
interview her. I had no idea who she was.
Oh, really?
And she was more muscular than me. She had big shoulders and everything. Pink, have you heard of Pink?
Of course.
Interviewed her. Couldn't stand them for
Oh
concert.
my God, Cyrus, what
Whole
is that?
concert.
You
Whole
take actually
concert.
good names.
Yeah, these are like Pink is pretty
Wait,
important.
Robbie Williams, have you heard of?
Yeah.
He did one Frank Sinatra number which was nice, and the rest was crap. I got to tell you,
Have you heard
crap.
Better Man? Robbie Williams.
Everything is a better man. Everybody. And I've suffered. I've suffered all these.
So you
Shaggy wasn't too bad actually because he's a little Caribbean beat to him.
What?
Shaggy was the worst.
Shaggy
Shaggy
was
was
the
the
worst.
worst. Are you crazy?
Shaggy was the worst.
It was the most
Shaggy was the worst.
His music is the
Have you heard
worst.
Baba Sehgal?
Baba Sehgal
Let's
is
stop
best. Is best. Chicken fried rice is my anthem, okay? Cool. So last news we have is on Amit's doppelganger, Amit Shah. Who did it? It's okay.
Which Tom Petty song can save us now? Cut to it fast.
Cool. So he made a jibe at Rahul Gandhi because Rahul Gandhi recently started talking about the BJP's inadequacy, and he said that you have to look at Gujarat not through Italian glasses but Gujarati glasses. I don't know what Gujarati glasses are in the first place.
But I think Italian glasses would be better.
Yeah,
To be
I
better.
totally
You're talking
agree.
pure
Yeah.
fashion.
Carl Zeiss and shit.
I'm sure that their fashion is a little
Yeah.
higher than the
I
Gujarati
think
glass companies.
If I'm not mistaken, Leica, which is the manufacturer of lenses, which for almost everybody is an Italian company.
And it sounds Italian, or maybe
Yeah.
it's Japanese sounding Italian.
I
but
could be wrong about that, but I think that
I
they
think
are.
you should be wrong. We will go with Italian.
All right, let's just go with it, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I think they
Let's
don't
just assume I'm right.
trying to be funny, you get it wrong. Because this is not the right metaphor, or rather analogy. Frankly speaking. Let's ask the lady, because she's the
No, first
fashionista
actually-
Oh,
amongst
sure,
us.
sure.
Would you
In
go for
what way?
No, I'm going to ask you a flat question.
All
yeah?
right.
Would you like a made in Gujarat sunglasses or made in Naples? Which one
Oh,
would you
these
buy?
ones are Italian.
Wow. And even the glasses we drink from are Italian because wine is allowed, bro. Chalo, visa de do. America chale jayega hum log. But we'll go to East Coast. Huh.
We don't know when they're both.
Okay, stop it, Navin. What kind of comedian? Are you a comedian or a tragedian?
I'm a critic.
You're terrible.
The calling is that.
We want to end on a happy note. I mean, for what it's worth, a fake happy note, since we can't give narcotics to people, we have to end it in a nice way.
But we do have something nice coming up on the other side of the break. So
Kanye West is finished.
he's having another baby.
With whom? Does he even know?
With
He's married to Kim Kardashian.
He's seeing Kim Kardashian.
Married.
He has a baby.
He has a
called
baby.
Northwest.
But I thought they divorced.
No.
They're still together.
Yeah.
What kind of celebrity couple
They're
is still
making it
together?
work.
Yeah.
Why? Has he not met her?
You should watch. You should not keeping up with the Kardashians for that.
No,
I used to. When he became a man, Bruce
That
Jenner
cannot
became
be
a
the
woman,
price
I
you
got
have to pay.
confused.
Yeah.
Because the decathlete is supposed to be the greatest male of his generation in terms of physical prowess. So that means we're all, at the end of the day, interchangeable.
This is why we need gender issues.
I think so. I think I've always said if a man could be a woman for 2 years or a woman could be a man for 2 years, you'd understand the world much better. I've been a woman for about 4 and I'm going to tell you, it's really helped me. Yeah, especially with the wife
eye-opening.
who's now sleeping in another room. We have a special segment coming up next, which we call the special segment.
In a world where people are busy playing Mendicote at Diwali parties, 2 men decide to go all in the river.
Don't you mean on the river?
On the river.
Oh yeah.
2 men will go where no one has ever gone before, to a studio with no air conditioning or Coke Zero to talk about poker.
Hey, order लो ना यार कोई क्या है ये बकवास?
The SpartanPoker.com presents Mera Kaam Poker, hosted by Azim Banatwala
The best comedian in the world, according to himself.
and Peter Abraham.
Not related to John.
New episodes out every Wednesday on the IBM podcast app or any other podcasting app you use. And for all our listeners who want to try out their hand at poker, you can log on to thespartanpoker.com, register yourself as a user with the promo code IVM, and you will get 200 bonus cash, which you can use to play poker for free. See you at the tables.
If you have any questions for Cyrus, write to us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Or you can send an email to whatcyrussays@gmail.com.
All right, welcomes back to the special segment, which was 1 second ago, the announcement, so it makes no sense.
Special segment.
But I'm going to celebrate with the great pomp and splendor that we celebrate Gandhi Jayanti in India with lassi, chas, kalakata and juice.
And khadi clothes.
Is that a thing? Chash and lassi on Gandhi Jayanti? Because for some reason it was all over the place. I went to 3 places. Everybody asked me for chash and lassi.
I love lassi. Okay, so I'm like, if you don't give me alcohol, give me my lassi with lots of malai on top.
Maybe that's the reason, because there's no alcohol. But it literally happened at 3 different places yesterday. I was offered lassi and I'm like, what's going on here? What's the lassi thing, man?
There's no alcohol on October 2nd. I told you. Okay.
All right. First up, we have Praharsh Shah. Praharsh Shah, who said,
You take your time. You freaking Anglo-Indian from God knows where. You take your time.
Praharsh Shah
You
says,
change his name to Patrick now, whatever you're comfortable with.
Patrick Shah says, hey, I like the panel episode, but I do not agree with Briefless Attorney, where he said the sold out comment that we should keep this panel discussions and we should not sell out for guests. I like all the guests with new and innovative business ideas.
That's good. So we
That's good to hear.
yeah,
So we have both sides.
Us is democratic.
So we won't change anything.
Yeah, so exactly. We'll keep it as it is.
Sorry, Briefless.
Wasn't it, I don't know, was Socrates who said that if you go to a prostitute, you have to tell the prostitute what you want, not what the prostitute wants. So I'm okay.
Yeah.
So whatever they want, we give them.
Yep.
You know what that makes sense.
Wise man, that's
Socrates.
Yes.
Go on.
Also, there's a small correction. We in the Abhishek Menon panel discussion.
Why?
We had, for example, we said Rohan Joshi bowled to Robin Uttappa, no?
Right.
So it was not Robin Uttappa, it was Rohit Sharma. So you have like avid listeners who are keeping a track.
Rohan Joshi, the comedian.
Yeah.
Bowled to who?
Robin Uttappa is what Abhishek said on the episode.
But who was it? He bowled to Rohit Sharma.
Yeah.
This is what he said in his episode.
No, this is the correction.
How do we know it's correct?
Because the listener is
This
always
is not
right.
correct, and I'm hoping that
No,
Navin
no,
went in
Ro-
and checked.
Are you saying he corrected from
1
the
second,
Rohan
Navin, you have to
episode?
double check what the listener said. No, idiot, we can't just... Now you're taking the prostitute remark to heart. Okay, we can't trust them. We have to do our own research. Otherwise, he's the Google, the guy who writes in. Next day he'll say, Amit is a hairy man, and that's it.
That's the truth.
It is, but we have to verify. Verify by going to the change room with Amit and verify and come back and tell me.
Okay, what part of Harry?
Well, his 2 brothers are Tom and Dick.
All right, let's move
This
on.
is
All right.
Cock and bull, Tom and Dick. So next up we have Nikki, who writes.
No, we can't go lower. It's good. We've reached it. This is the bottom. This is nadir, as you said. We cannot go lower. Go ahead.
Congratulations, Cyrus, for the 200th episode. I really look forward to more of your wit and humor.
Okay, now we have to tell the truth about this line. I mean, there was no 200th episode. This was episode number 17. We just fooled everybody.
We just changed the number. That's all
I'm asking you honestly, was it really 200?
It was.
Yeah, if you have to, clean it up now. Was it 194? We do on TV because we feel it's a good week. So we'll just make it 200.
What, you can do that?
I heard that Ikke Pe Ikka Sajid show, they did the 1000 was the 854. Now, I want to know the researcher who's sitting and counting your episodes of Ikke Pe Ikka and say, yaar, wo to 855 tha. No.
They're like round number pe jate.
But this is what's wrong with our country. Too many people have nothing to do. So they can actually find out these things.
But that's
this is
good though. You
before
can't
the internet
lie anymore.
and Googling and the options to do it through software. I'm talking about the old-fashioned way, where they'll sit and count because they've taped.
Yeah. They put on the kind of the first episode I watched was this day.
Can you believe it? Yes.
Okay, so here we have feedback for both Cyrus and for our app, by the way.
Okay.
So
I don't want feedback on our app. I don't want to hear
Why?
that.
Yeah.
Our app is terrible, man.
Amit, what is this? What kind of marketing is this?
It's a great app. Please download it. Awesome content. Download it now.
Who's responsible
we're
for our
working
app?
on it.
We're working on it. Right? We're working on it.
But who's responsible? We ourselves or somebody? We've outsourced it.
I am.
Amit is responsible.
What do you
Responsible
do?
for it.
Then don't take credit for it if it's wrong.
Huh?
What else?
So my only suggestion would be please interview your wife for a change and let her do the talking.
Oh my God.
She's gone to Surat.
She'll come back.
Yeah, but right now I can't interview. No, she's not.
Okay.
My wife has no sense of humor. Let me
That
tell
would be
you.
a good playoff now because
What playoff?
I would look forward to know you both as a couple because nothing is available on you on Wikipedia.
Wow.
Somebody's been
Hey, I just see a TV show episode about you and your wife, and she seemed really tired of you.
There have been a few here and there. I have no idea, but I've learned the
She was
hard
like,
way.
oh, he's going to make a joke about
I have
it.
to go to. I went to an event. I used to take her because in the old days they would pay for our events for the companion, and so Istanbul and places that I've taken her. And I must tell you, you're going to a room with 500 people to entertain them for like 2 hours, for which the only requirement is you have to be happy. Because you're not going to have to be the happiest person in the room. Hence, you will spread the happiness. And then your wife comes out and says you clogged the bathroom and starts shouting at you and saying, I can't open the tap and this and that. And then you're 20 minutes of getting a tongue wash. And then you go dejected like sad sack and you're actually the most unhappy person in the room. And you don't want to leave the room because they are nicer to you than she is. So I got lots of issues.
So, but I don't know. I don't know her, but I still empathize with her.
My wife has a temper. You won't like her.
As someone who's gone to the bathroom after you, yes.
Yeah.
So keep up-
Me?
Yeah.
Except for spillage, what have I done?
You guys stop it.
I only do the one, bro.
She can't let the...
I only do the one. The number 2 business is somebody else. Go on. Stand up and show your face.
Oh, what is happening?
Let me tell you, but now that you bring it up, in CNBC, because we do this recordings in the afternoon. Early morning, I go to the CNBC office. So when we get in there at 8:30, everybody who's come from Nalasopara and Virar has to take a dump. So at 8:30, if you just go to pee, God help you. God help you. It's that time. I think some social scientist should study it. There's a time when you're in trouble. Because they're clean loose, and I don't blame them. You come here, you had a 2-hour commute to get there, so boom. But between 8 and 8:30, oh brother, oh what a challenge it is, my countrymen. Then you and I and everyone fell down.
So the only feedback on the app is that it isn't upgrading better as like the 200 episode didn't show up. Even though the YouTube episode came out.
Why didn't we outsource it? There's so many monkeys out there who won't charge you too much.
Working on it.
Everybody's a bloody app king now.
I know. We're working on it. There's something in
We
development.
had 2-3 guys who... What is that guy for the UTV guy?
Who?
The app king. The one who invented all those games and software and all that.
Vishal.
Why can't we get him to do it? We'll just call him in, give him a coffee, and then just give it to him by mistake, and because he'll just do it naturally.
Yes.
Like how Nikhil Chinnappa used to clean the room, no? So because he had that quality where he had to keep the room clean, so he used to room. All I did was watch. So I just leave everything anywhere because he wouldn't stop himself. So
That's
take out the food, put the bed cover on, put the chair back, put the books together, put my bag in one corner. My bag. He would put the zip on and all. My bag. I'm the guy who throws the bag and I never look at it after that till I leave. That's it. I mean, isn't that normal? It's lovely to have a Chinnappa, man.
true.
All clean.
That's very
10 minutes
nice.
and he can't take it. He just cleans everything.
Everybody's
And I just act innocent. I don't mention anything. I watch the cricket like Nikhil just move your Virat's batting.
Poor thing.
He's just like me.
Yeah.
I can't do hotel rooms where my friends are like very
You're a
tiny.
cleanliness.
Oh, me too.
People throw their socks on a bed. Like, we're going to sleep on that. Why would you throw socks on
I didn't even know I did that.
Yeah.
This is so
One time
natural.
I went to go out with my friends and they walked in with sand everywhere.
Yeah.
I spent 2 days cleaning the bathroom out of sand.
Really?
And like everybody
Yeah.
has a room.
I can't
they put
help
their
it, it's
luggage in the
disgusting.
living room. So everybody has to now topple over their clothes
Oh,
and
it's
shoes and walk.
horrible.
It's terrible.
Living with other people is shit.
Oh, I love throwing my bag and then never looking at it again.
Never booking a hotel room with you. Cool. Harish Kumar next says he's a big unsung fan.
Unsung hero of our
He's
show.
a fan.
No.
Unsung follower of our show.
Yeah.
I'm kind of an unsung
Or
fan.
satsang early morning noisemaker. Which one? Bolo, jaldi bolo.
He's an unsung fan. He's lazy enough to not write emails, but he's downloaded every episode of the show. And he expects 3 to 4 podcasts every week now. So yeah, let's get
If he gets us a sponsor,
Yeah,
we can work
exactly.
it.
Find me a
Right
sponsor, I
now, we
will
don't
do
have
that.
an app. We don't have an anchor. We don't have an engineer is not coming. Navin is stuck in train problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need a budget, man, to go 3-4 times a week.
All right, last one is from Samir Kamra. This on Twitter, he wrote like
Kunal Kamra's brother, by the way.
probably.
No, but probably.
He is?
He is.
How do you
No
know?
way.
I have no idea. But I set him up.
Other
on it.
Kamras around.
There are more than one Kamra?
Yeah.
Not if the BJP can help it.
I think we should end the episode.
Here in the distance, we can hear Kamras. Chop, chop. No more Kamras.
Siachun mein hamare jawan. Okay, so he said, love the 200 episode and wish he could be a part of it. So he'll answer whatever you questions you asked the guests on that episode. He said that the favorite episode for him was with Hardcore, which was
That was a good one,
there was a different side to her.
It was an
and-
emotional
That was
roller
the
coaster.
emotional
Yeah, it was
episode,
very
yeah.
emotional. What he likes about the show is that you get to know the guest and walk through their background, and it gives good perspective. That is a bunch of bullshit. I know it's not true.
No, but I'll tell you, not always, but sometimes some guests have been more candid. I think it's the intimacy of this sort of radio environment where you're not on a visual
Yeah, there's no camera
monitor.
at my face, so I
and
don't
we are
have to
much
worry
less
about how I
people.
look.
With great difficulty, we get 2 people in the room to help us put this together. So I think they're more intimate. So sometimes that intimacy comes through.
I think
people
that is,
open up a little
that's
bit.
the format, no? That
Yeah.
is the idea behind the format as such.
Yeah, but how many of them have come on to me, males and females? Now, you got to stop that shit.
None of
yeah.
them have come on.
Not once. Not one. And at least 20% have asked you, is he clean?
Last thing he says is, what I hate about the show is when guests shamelessly promote their projects instead of honestly talking about it. So that is something we can't really help.
But that, I mean, let's face it, it's quid pro quo.
Yeah,
We can't call the guy and say, don't mention your parents.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. I think we should also mention Naveen, who's worked very hard here. Amit, Sharanya, if you can take a second to talk about Naveen. He joined us only, it was last year?
It's been a year now.
A
Yeah,
year.
it's been a year.
And in a year, although he's not taking the show anywhere, he's really given it his all. And from being late Latif, he's now earlier than me. And I come earlier and earlier. So soon we will be doing the show at 4 in the morning. Because he's understood. He's understood the way,
on the footboard every
the way of the dragon.
You just take the train every day.
No, but he also ran out of this one excuse for life, which is the train. I think after some time, he has to realize that there are apps where you can find out whether he's telling the truth or not. And those apps work, Amit Doshi.
Now the excuse is the bridge.
Not funny. Bro, not funny. Come back to haunt us.
Cool.
All right. Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps, please. We beg you, we need you. If you have any questions, write to us online and you can mail us as well. We will answer. We have a doctor in the house called May.
And that's what Cyrus says.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. Sorry to say, but there's been a slight delay due to the apocalypse having suddenly begun. As you can see, there's death, destruction, and chaos taking place all around us. But don't you worry, food and drinks will be served shortly, and I would recommend checking out IVM Podcasts to get some of your favorite Indian podcasts. We'll keep you going till this whole thing blows over. Thank you.